Hey everybody, welcome. And this is a special Wednesday night early Zenny 62 live stream about a special announcement. And it occurred almost, well, come tomorrow. It'll be weeks since he told me this. I actually did post it on Facebook, but the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland at 3200 Grand Avenue and at the corner of Grand and Lakeshore. I'm doing the search here on the iPad here, is featuring a special screening of a movie called The Manchurian Candidate. That's right, The Manchurian Candidate. The Manchurian Candidate is about, it's also, remember what I'm looking for. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a listing. Every time you search for something or you go live, you can actually find, you should be able to find the live stream that's related to that subject in search, and I can't see that here. So that's why I'm looking down like that. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? I can't see it. So I'm expecting to see something that says, hey, you're live, right here in Google search. At any rate, even on video, like if I click on videos, okay, but I don't see that yet. Okay, maybe as I go along. Anyway, let me explain what the Manchurian Candidate is about. This is the Wikipedia definition of it. It's near the end of the Korean War, a platoon of U.S. soldiers is captured by communists and brainwashed. Following the war, the platoon is returned home, and Sergeant Raymond Shaw, played by Lawrence Harvey, is lauded as a hero by the rest of his platoon. However, the platoon commander, Captain Bennett Marco, Frank Sinatra, finds himself plagued by strange nightmares, and together with fellow soldier Alan Melvin, played by James Edwards, races to uncover a terrible plot. And it was released in October 24th, 1962. That's the same year I was born. I was born August 4th, 1962. This was released later that year, that fall. It was then remade. It starred, first of all, Frank Sinatra, Angela Lansbury, Lawrence Harvey, Janet Leigh, Henry Silva, James Gregory, Leslie Parrish, a lot of all-star heavyweights in this role. James Edwards, John MacGyver, Kai Deely, Albert Paulson, Doug Henderson, Barry Kelly, and Lloyd Corrigan. So that was the Manchurian Candidate. And it won a number of awards, including the Academy Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Golden Globe Award for Best Director, Motion Picture, Academy Award for Best Film Editing, and the BAFTA, that's the British Academy Award for Best Film. It was directed by John Frankenheimer, and who also wrote the screenplay along with George Axelrod, and it also received the PGA, Producers Guild of America Hall of Fame Motion Pictures Award as well. So that's the Manchurian Candidate, and the Wikipedia entry goes on for even more. It basically says the plot centers, I talked about the plot, it says that the plot centers on the Korean War veteran Raymond Shaw, the progeny of a prominent political family. Shaw was a prisoner of war during the conflict in Korea, and while being held, he was brainwashed by his captors. After discharge back into civilian life, he becomes an unwitting assassin involved in an eternal communist conspiracy. Officials from China and the Soviet Union, hey John, how you doing, employ Shaw as a sleeper agent in an attempt to subvert and take over the United States government. So basically, Alan Michaan, my friend who owns the Grand Lake Theater and is also famous for putting political messages, leftist messages on his signs, is showing this for free because he wants people to see the parallels between the story of the Manchurian Candidate, which was first a book in 1959, and then of course remade in 2004 with Denzel Washington and Frank Sinatra's role, as a parallel to what we are experiencing with Donald Trump in the White House. Alan cannot stand President Trump, so believes he should be in jail. In fact, had on his marquee very recently the words "Hail to the chief," I think it was. Jail to the chief. Excuse me. What am I saying? Jail to the chief. Jail to the chief. That's what he had. Jail to the chief. Someone says I'm number one. Thank you. I don't know what I'm number one at, but I'm glad to know I'm number one. At any rate, gotta be number one at something. What am I number one at? So that's the Manchurian Candidate. You should see it. It's free, by the way. The popcorn, the Grand Lake is awesome. It really is. Now, what I'm also searching for here, it's interesting. I don't see the, you'd think that the videos, Grand Lake Theater, right. Scrolling back, I'm still looking for whether or not it comes up as a live stream. It doesn't. Wow, how about that? At any rate, oh, I'm number one on YouTube? Oh, thanks. Okay, so if I go to YouTube and I type it, YouTube, if I go to youtube.com and then I type Grand Lake Theater, I'm number one. Let me try that. See what's happening here. Someone has a very revealing set of photographs of Barack Obama's daughter. Woo! Man, first time I've seen that one. Okay, anyway, had to laugh about that one. Okay, now, home, I'm going to type Grand Lake Theater. I'm typing Grand Lake Theater. Boom. Grand Lake Theater. And yeah, I'm number one. Look at that. Woo! Look at that. Numero uno on YouTube. Numero uno on YouTube. See that? It's pretty cool. Can you see that? Probably can't. Hold on a second. Let me move that closer. See that? Live now. Isn't that cool? Thanks for telling me that. It's pretty trick. There's two watching. So if I click on this, all right, then I'm basically see that? I'm watching me. Probably can't. Hold on a second. Watch you watch me. Right? See that? Live now. Isn't that cool? Thanks for telling me that. It's pretty trick. There's two watchers, so if I click on this, all right, weird about this. Basically, on YouTube. See that? Look at that. I'm watching me. Probably can't. Does that mean I double in views? Right? Live now. Isn't that? That's funny, huh? Thanks for telling me that. You hear that? There's something really weird about that. It's like Twilight Zone. Weird about this. You know, look, this is pretty funny. That's hilarious. Double in views. I mean, because you're actually going into this tunnel. You can see the tunnel, right? You can sort of see the tunnel. It's me watching me, and it goes like. There's something really weird about. You know, it's like Twilight Zone. Weird about this. Woo! You know, look, this is pretty funny. That's hilarious. I love this. I mean, because you're actually going into this tunnel. It's like, you know, where's Rod Serling when you need him? Rod Serling was the star of, and I believe producer of The Twilight Zone. That's hilarious. Wow. All right, enough of that. Okay, number one. Cool. I like it. But see, in Google search, what I'm looking for, though, I still don't see Grand Lake Theater. If I search it under... That's what I'm saying. If I search it under Google for search, it doesn't come up number one. And live, it used to. That's interesting. And again, I don't know why that is, but it doesn't come up. I wonder if let me check out Manchurian Candidate. Let's see here. Let's see, Manchurian yeah, it was Manchurian Candidate. Now, because the title's in, John Collins says, a vote tomorrow and end government shutdown. Do you think it'll pass? My friend on furlough, another friend working without pay. I hope it does. I hope it does pass, and I hope it passes enough to stop this mess, because, you know, for President Trump to allow this for nothing is criminal. It really is. And all this is over a border wall that, I mean, if you really start to think about it, if you're really honest with yourself, the fact of the matter is that the wall is going to take, what, 10 years to build? This guy will be well out of office by that time. So what's this really about? You know what I think it's about? I think it's about Trump trying to basically divide America and maintain power for a Republican Party, and it's not working. I really believe that's what's going on here. I'm not saying that his attempt is working. It's not. But it's failing. My point is that I really believe that Trump believes that if he does this, his so-called base. That's one thing. Other thing, I don't believe he has that big a base. You can't. I think some of this is made up to make it seem like he has this huge number of people that really support him. You know what I mean? I just can't see it. All right, now, the point that Alan is making regarding Trump is that Trump is the Manchurian Candidate. With his Russia ties, he believes he's an agent to Russia sent here to harm America. And basically, in the Manchurian Candidate, the story goes, it is revealed that the communists have been using Shaw as a sleeper agent who, activated by a post-hypnotic trigger, immediately forgets assignments he carries out and therefore can never betray himself either purposely or inadvertently. In Shaw's case, I'm reading from Wikipedia here, the suggestion that he plays solitaire is the trigger. Seeing the Queen of Diamonds playing card transforms him, Shaw, into an assassin who will kill anyone at whom he is directed. Shaw's KGB handler is his domineering mother, Eleanor. Married to McCarthy-esque Senator Johnny Iceland, Eleanor has convinced the communist powers to help her install her husband as president and allow them to control the American government through him. By observing Shaw, Marco discovers the trigger shortly before the National Convention of Iceland's political party. He uses the Queen of Diamonds card to draw out Eleanor's plan. After she obtains the vice presidential nomination for Iceland, Shaw is to shoot the presidential candidate so Iceland can succeed him. Blaming the killing on communists will enable Iceland to assume dictatorial powers. Marco reprograms Shaw, although it is unclear until the final pages whether this is successful. This is the book. At the convention, Shaw instead shoots and kills his own mother and Senator Iceland. Marco is the first person to reach Shaw's sniper's nest, getting there just before Shaw turns the gun on himself. That is the book version of the movie Manchurian Candidate. Now, the 2004 version of Manchurian Candidate was rewritten to reflect events around the Persian Gulf War. This screams for a third version of the Manchurian Candidate starring someone who would play, guess who? Donald Trump. That's the idea. So I'll be back on live to talk about Raiders news, but I wanted to share with you that the Grand Lake Theater, 3200 Grand Avenue, corner of Grand and Lake Park in Oakland, is going to screen the Manchurian Candidate this Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for free. I just saw Glass at Grand Lake Theater a week ago Thursday. Glass is an awesome movie. Even better when it's seen at the Grand Lake Theater. So again, Grand Lake Theater, see it there, 9:30 in the morning. By the way, if you're wondering where to go for breakfast before you go over to watch the movie, I highly recommend going to Lakeshore Cafe, 3257 Lakeshore, around the corner. Actually, I'll show you where it is. Basically, this is 3257 Lakeshore in Oakland. Lakeshore. 3257 Lakeshore Avenue in Oakland. I'll show you the map. There's the map. See if I can widen it out here. Yeah. Can I? Anyway, here. All right. This is, if you can see, if I can angle it, yeah, or straight on. That's 3257 Lakeshore, okay? So the Grand Lake Theater, if I widen this out like that, right, is over here. Okay, so right, there's a Grand Lake, yeah, see it says Grand Lake Theater right there. All right, if you can take a look at this, is it, yeah, see it says Grand Lake Theater. All right, so the red mark is where is 3257 Lakeshore. That is actually this establishment. That's the Lake Shores Cafe. That's what this is, okay? That's where you go for breakfast. It's what it looks like right there. Lake Shores Cafe. It's coming into relief right now. There it is. That is 3257 Lakeshore, and you can eat a great breakfast there and then walk to the Grand Lake Theater at 3200 Grand Avenue, literally just around the corner, down a little bit. That's it. See the Manchurian Candidate this Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Get there early at the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland. Thanks, Alan Michaan, for doing this, and thanks for being our friend. All right, I'll be back, folks. We'll see you.